Hey everyone, Jarek here. I'm a dragon on the internet, and this game is Terminull Brigade. This is the part where I need to mention that this video is sponsored by Terminull Brigade, but I've taken sponsors from games before and made negative reviews of said games that I'm sponsored by, so take that as you will. The brief also didn't say anything specific, it just said, hey, play our game and tell people how you feel. So I'm going to be honest about how I feel about the good stuff and the bad stuff. Terminull Brigade officially launched on July 29th. Meaning the game is already out, and it's free to play. You can find it by going to their website, going to Steam, or going to Epic. Or you can click on the link down below in the video information or the pinned comment. Alright, first things first, the PC release. This is, from what I can tell, a pretty decent release. I've seen some people talking about stuttering, but I didn't really have any stuttering issues while playing. And every option I wanted is there. Although, as a warning, the splash screens are really loud in this game, so you're going to be deafened the moment you launch the game. So turn your headphones and or speakers down, and then change your audio. The one complaint I can have in this regard is that this game is meant to be an online, co-op, third-person shooter roguelike. And as a result, you need to be connected to their servers. For co-op, this is perfectly fine, because, yeah, you have to connect to other people, so you need to be online for that. But it would be nice to have an offline single-player option. While it's definitely not the preferred way to play this game, I would highly recommend you play with friends. The option is there, so being able to go offline would be nice. As for the servers themselves, the reliability seems fine from what I can tell so far. I was playing on launch, which is when you expect the most amount of people to be playing, and I never dropped at any time. The one bug I did come across was more of a mild nuisance than anything else. When you're picking a perk that pops up, occasionally you just can't select anything for a short period of time, and then it fixes itself. You're never put into this position while in combat, so you can't die while this is happening, so it's just kind of annoying when it happens. I'm sure it's a bug that'll get fixed within time. Yeah, I know. I had to sit there for 30 seconds to a minute while it fixes itself. It's awful. The actual pet peeve I do have is that this game just kind of launches you into a cutscene and then into the tutorial before you can change any of your settings. Please, games, don't do this. It's so annoying. Like, it's a minor inconvenience. It's so much of a first world problem, but like, let me change my stuff first. I don't want to be chucked right into the game. But yeah, PC release seems perfectly fine. I really don't have anything to complain about here that's major or game ruining. As for graphics, this isn't the next Crysis or Half-Life Alyx. It's not really pushing boundaries. It's definitely more artistically inspired. And that may be a make it or break it for you. I'm definitely all over the place when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm not huge on anime art styles, at least not this more modern style of anime, but there are things in this game that I actually think look really cool, like this massive snake boss. Huge mech snake. Awesome! But then there are characters you can play as that, oh my god, do I hate.
Sweet little teddy bear, 2 feet high. Pew pew, bad guys, say goodbye.
I don't want Tiny Tina 2.0. I hated Tiny Tina. I don't like this. This guy looks totally fine to me. I actually would like to play as this character. It looks pretty neat. So yeah, it's definitely advertising to the demographic of, do you like more exaggerated, more modern style anime characters, then you're probably going to like this game, or at least its art style and appeal in that regard. This even transfers over to the maps themselves. The first level you go to is fine, just kind of seems like a high-tech area or a city area or dark alleyways. The maps served their purpose perfectly fine, but nothing in here really made me go, damn, that looks really cool. Until I got to the second level, the Wastelands. This looks so much better than the first level to me. And this boss here also looks sick. Like, this whole boss is just so ridiculous in the most fun way to me. Aesthetically, and in the concept of what you can do, it's over the top in a way that doesn't annoy me. I don't know, it's almost like Mad Max meets Borderlands. I like this aesthetic, and I think this level looks really cool. But okay, let's get to the actual important part of this video, the gameplay. That's what you're going to be interacting with the most when it comes to a roguelike. So, how does the game play? Well, when you first launch the game, you have the choice between these two characters. Important to mention, you only get one of them. The one you select is the one you unlock, so make sure you know which one you want. The girl is there to float around and be a mosquito and a pest to the enemies, and it works pretty well. Whereas the guy is kind of your good all-rounder. He has decent defense, he can do a lot of damage, kinda can just do everything. If you're new to the game, I would probably recommend this character. He's the easiest to pick up and do well with. This character has a pretty straightforward assault rifle with a fast reload mechanic, much like Gears of War. His minor skill is a tactical shield, where when you activate it, it grants all allies 50% of your health as a temporary shield and temporary max shield. This only lasts for 5 seconds. Your primary skill launches a rocket out of your hand. inflicting fragile on enemies. Fragile enemies receive 25% more damage. These rockets recharge really fast. You are going to be spamming them like mad. And your ultimate is just an airstrike that bombs enemies for 8 seconds, and enemies that are bombed are inflicted with fragile if they're still alive. Like I said, this is a pretty straightforward character that's well balanced, can do a lot of damage, has good health, can also help your teammates. Probably the best one to start with. After you level up this character enough, you will then get a split function for the gun and then other upgrades to attach on the character, so playing the game more rewards you with more stuff to do with that character. The combat is presented to you through different arenas. Once you clear out that arena, you will get a card that will give you a certain upgrade, or one of 3 that you choose, like many other roguelikes. These things typically play off of your skills or your primary weapon. For example, you may get something that will let you do extra crit damage when you have activated that shield thing, and anyone standing in that radius will also get that extra crit damage. You will get one of these cards after every single battle, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. You get so many upgrades and become so powerful. You also get artifacts that do stuff like just more skill damage and whatnot. You will fight a good 4 bosses throughout a run, and after you beat a boss, you get the chance to choose a way more powerful upgrade. In the case of this guy, you can slow down rocket speed, but increase its damage by 300%, and that is nuts. That is so overpowered. I actually think this character is a little overtuned specifically because of this skill alone. It makes the game very easy. But I would be lying if I said that it wasn't fun to wander into a room and blow up 10 guys watching them ragdoll all over the arena. In fact, the base enemies, while being very varied, kind of give off almost Dynasty Warrior vibes where they're just there to kill them by the hundreds. And it's fun, I'm not gonna lie, this is fun. You're really just killing them to get your upgrades and go to the next boss. But after you complete one of these levels, you get the ability to bump it up to the next difficulty level. And this is how you unlock things in the game. For example, if you beat difficulty level 3 in 40 minutes or so, somewhere around there, I don't remember off the top of my head, then you will unlock this sword character. And as you would expect, this sword character is all about up-close combat. Like, yeah, you have an energy weapon, but you can't even aim down sights. Your right-click just swings with the sword, and all of your skills are based around the sword. So you're probably going to be using your blade more than anything else. This one definitely feels a little bit more like a glass cannon. You have some range, like your primary skill allows you to launch blades at enemies. Your other ability has you dash through enemies doing a bunch of damage, and your final ability is an area of effect that just kills anything inside of it. And you get a lot of the same cards and upgrades to every single character in the game. However, the way it plays with their skills and their primary weapon is quite a bit different because they're different characters. That said, I pretty quickly swapped back to the main gun guy because, I don't know, he just kind of vibed with me better than the sword character. Also, once you have completed the first level in tier 3 difficulty in a certain amount of time, you unlock the second level, Wastelands. Each run can last anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes. It really depends on how much time you're taking, and you do have a timer in the top right of your screen that pauses after you defeat bosses so you can loot and take your time picking what you want. So the game is pretty nice. You don't really have to speed run in this regard. Runs themselves can be done pretty quickly, jump in and jump out. I didn't really have any problem inviting my friends to games either, with the exception of one thing. If that person does not have the difficulty you have unlocked and you select a harder difficulty than they have, then they can't join you, which I think is really dumb. Like I said, runs don't last very long, so it's not the end of the world. You can quickly get them to where you are, but I think they should just be able to jump in and play. This also leads to my other complaint, and this one's kind of a really big one. These 3 characters on the right are basically only available if you buy them. Like, yeah, you can get coins in-game and unlock them that way, but this will take a really long time. The grind is real for that. Kinda sucks because 2 of these characters are the ones I would like to use, but I don't want to buy them. Okay, so how do I feel about this game as a whole? Well, I'm not a huge fan of the anime aesthetic. It's never really been my thing, at least modern anime. 90s anime, kind of more my thing, I would say. But I do like the roguelike structure, and the mechanics do synergize with themselves fine. I also do like the variety in bosses. They're totally randomized which ones you end up getting and how strong they will be depending on how long the route is. So overall, if this is your thing, and you like how this game looks, and you like how the characters look, and the way the game plays, it's free to play on Steam. You're not really losing anything by giving it a go. Link down below in the video information and pinned comments if you want to try it out. Huge thanks to Terminull Brigade for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out my other stuff, then check out over there. I got a full playlist of videos just like this one. I got a recommended YouTube video if you want to check that one out. And if you just like my content, consider subscribing. The big circular thing right there in the middle. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.